this concept of your virtualization, you can see there is one software has been used which is known as your hypervisor, and this hypervisor used to create and run the virtual machine on any of the host operating system. Now this virtual machine are having their own operating system. As you can see the diagram, we will be having the operating system like the guest operating system. It will have their own operating system. And one more thing, what will happen if it will have their own operating system, there will be a problem. It can be your overload problem, because everyone will use their own operating system and they will take more space from the memory. So this virtual memory, actually it will allocate the resources as a fixed type of memories, and it will not change in as per your application needs. That is the main thing happening in your virtualization. That's the reason we have moved towards your containers. In the containers, you can see like we have here one container engine. It will have one, instead of this container engine will be there in place of your hypervisor. And also it doesn't have any separate operating system. This is known as your containers only. And as there is no separate operating system, it will not take any extra memory space. And also there will be no there will be no extra operating system. The overhead problem also will not be finding out inside your containers. That is the reason we are moving from your virtualization to your containerizations. And one more thing, this container is as it is taking very less memory space, it will be very lightweight, and it will be very fast to use. Let's see the next slide. Here you can see the difference between your virtual machine and the Dockers. Now the first one will be, it's not based on your container methodology. Actually in your virtual machine there is no container terminology. But in your Docker, you will have the containers where we can keep all the applications, libraries in one place. That is very good to use, and it will be very fast, very less time consuming, very less space consuming too. In your virtual machine, it will be made up with your kernel space of operating system. As it will be having its own host operating system, still then it will have its own operating system in all the applications, which will take more space and more time, and also it will be it will run in their operating system. It will create the overhead problems. But in Docker, it will be made of only one operating system, that is your host operating system. The advantage of your Docker will be, it contains the containers will be one, but there will be applications, whatever is running, it will be isolated from your other systems. So if any problem is happening with one operating system, it is not going to affect your other operating system. And this virtual machine shares your hardware resources from host, but Docker will not. In Docker, container shares the host operating system, because in this container engine will have the host operating system which is going to shareable. Now let's move forward to our next architecture of Docker. Now as you can see here, this Docker is completely based upon our client server architecture. In our Docker client side, you can see Docker build, Docker pull, Docker run. So now all these things will be known as your command line arguments, where the client and will be sending, if any of the information he has to send, he is going to be sent towards your Docker host. And inside your Docker host, you can see the Docker daemon, and that is known as your Docker server. But the terminology we are going to use as your Docker daemons. And here you can see all the commands, all the containers and the images will be saved inside your servers. And this, whenever we are going to share any Docker, commands through your Docker client, the build, pull, and run is going to work out towards your Docker server. And one more thing I want to clarify, that whenever whenever the server will receive any kind of commands, it will be receiving in the form of your command line arguments. That is also known as command line interface, which is also known as CLI. And also it can send through like your REST API request. Now all these things will be together is known as your Docker engine. So the main work of your Docker engine is it consists of your Docker clients, Docker daemons, and the registry. Now this client and the daemon can be present in the same host system. Otherwise, if you want, you can put it in the different host system too. But now you can see one more term is there, that is registry. Now, what is the meaning of the registry and how it is going to be worked out? In this registry, all the images will be there. So the images can be pulled or pushed from the registry. This term, pull and push, we are going to show you in our hands-on session how it is going to be worked out. And in this registry, this is a cloud online cloud repository system where publicly or privately you can store all your images, and whenever you want to pull the image, you can pull the image. I feel you people understood the terminologies, whatever we have been used here, like your Docker file, Docker image, the containers, the hub, the repository, the clients, the Docker daemons, and the Docker engine.